What if I told you guys a story? A story about a fairly young franchise that drafted 3 back-to-back future MVPs and future Hall of Famers, and they made it to the NBA Finals, all before their superstars even reached age 25. What would you think about that? What would you say? You'd probably say something along the lines of, that team went on to be a dynasty, right? Nah, wrong. By now, I'm pretty sure we all know exactly who I'm talking about. The Oklahoma City Thunder. They accomplished all of this and lost it all as quickly as they got it due to financial issues and also, certain people being very selfish. uh, with that being said, let's get to it. Believe that.
Shots fired. He's already proven he's a top-notch NBA guard. Here's the long gun. It goes.
It's your boy King KO back with another video. And for today's topic, we got the reason I feel as though the Oklahoma City Thunder are the dark horse in the NBA. And I feel very confident in that. If you feel differently, feel free to debate. You can leave a comment. I'll reply. I'll debate all day long. No problem. But in 2012, we witnessed one of the greatest runs from a trio of young superstars we ever witnessed in NBA history. These 3, Russ, KD, and James Harden, made it all the way to the NBA Finals. Of course, they had their role players that really contributed a lot. People and players such as, Serge Ibaka, you know what I'm saying? He was there, Kendrick Perkins. You had veterans like Derek Fisher. You had a lot of help there, but let's see what happened during that time.
Triple-double and a chance for a three-point play. They have a tremendous future in front of them as Harden hits a three. Royale Ivy knocks it in. And both teams lifted their benches, but still with a magnificent playoff run and an extraordinary performance in the finals. No doubt he'll be named the finals MVP and champions. LeBron James captures that elusive title he's so desperately
Yes, they lost. And they definitely lost a lot more than that. Because after that 2012 finals, something crazy happened all the way from left field that would shock the hearts of Oklahoma City Thunder fans all across the world forever, including myself, because I'm a die-hard Oklahoma City Thunder fan. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, check this out.
The people in the inner circles of the NBA see this coming.
Not this soon, because the deadline for an extension for Harden is Wednesday night at midnight. All the first-rounders from the class of 2009 have until midnight at Wednesday to try to get extensions done. The Thunder and Harden, they've been going at this all month. The Thunder were well aware that teams like the Houston Rockets, the Dallas Mavericks, the Phoenix Suns, and others were all prepared to offer Harden the max if he made it all the way to being a restricted free agent on July 1st. So the Thunder basically knew they were going to try to get a deal done this month, but they didn't want to give Harden the max. Their position was, Everyone who's re-signed here has sacrificed a little something, even Durant, even Russell Westbrook, so they were looking for Harden to be willing to take a little less than the max to stay when the sides couldn't come to terms. We know Sam Presti under GM is pretty decisive, so he turned around.
Yes, the James Harden trade. The worst trade that could have ever happened. And we got back a bag of hot garbage in the tune of Kevin Martin and Jeremy Lamb, a couple first-round draft picks. The best thing was Steven Adams. That was it.
4 of 6 shooting, perfect at the line, 17.3 assists for James Harden in a quarter. Early breather. Probably seen Levert more with the second unit. Oh, Harden. Oh, that's silly. Up top for Capella, James Harden.
Watch those handles. We've been having the pleasure of seeing Kyrie Irving, but James Harden goes to work. The drop pass to Capella.
With the new look Thunder roster, there was still hope. After a loss to the Spurs, and then a couple of injuries a year later, we were finally fully healthy and ready to get back at it. But then, this happened. Yes, they blew a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. And this was probably one of the most important losses of the Oklahoma City Thunder's tenure. Because after this was KD's free agency, and everything rolled on that. Nobody really expected him to really go anywhere. But then again, this happened.
Kevin Durant heading to the Golden State Warriors. How are you viewing this move from Durant?
Well, I'm viewing it as the weakest move I've ever seen from a superstar. Plain and simple. That's just how I look at it. It's not that he's leaving Oklahoma City. If you're not happy there, you want to move on and you want to grow as a player, there's nothing wrong with that. He's one of the top 3 players in the world. He's a quintessential superstar. He deserves all the credit in the world for the talent that he possesses. But the flip side is this. They were up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Not 1, not 2, but 3 different times. He was 48 minutes removed from getting to the NBA Finals by winning the Western Conference. 3 times he failed, particularly in Game 6. And you depart for the team that beat you when you're on the cusp of getting to the finals yourself or ultimately winning the championship for the franchise that you've been with since you've come into the NBA. I think it's incredibly weak, and I don't want to hear any comparisons to that of LeBron James.
Thank you. I can't hold this. I got
Westbrook went on to have a historic season. But after the multiple MVPs separated, it was time for the PG Westbrook era. And this era of basketball was pretty lackluster. They had Carmelo Anthony, and he was scrutinized and brought to shame by a fan base that should have embraced him and loved him because the media wanted to blackball him. Sure, every man wants to make money. He wanted to win championships also. That's why he came here. But he wasn't used right in the system. Not all things work out. But y'all go ahead and check out what happened in this era right quick.
Westbrook drives, missed the layup. Adams hustling, kept it alive for Felton. George for the tie. One more time. Take your time. Plenty of time here. Westbrook. Greg kept it alive. Another offensive rebound. And a whistle, timeout, Billy. Seconds on the clock. Do not need a 3, but it looks like so strong. You have to go side. Adams got it back. For the tie, Westbrook. They just got out of bounds. A receive to the Thunder. Into Adams. Now here he comes. Ground ball, George.
A new era of Thunder basketball was born. To a young prince who would soon dominate the game and become a king at his own pace, a slow motion guard with all the flavor, flash, and footwork that you love to see. We talking about the Afro kid that did, the man with the plan, and this time and in this era of Thunder basketball, this one won't be messed up because Sam Presti and them boys learned from their mistake the first time. And I guarantee you, this time, we're going to reach the promised land without no questions asked. And to the ones that doubted them, you will soon become a believer. You can believe that. And I promise you, this kid has something special. When I say special, I mean like once in a generation, once in a lifetime, special type of kid. I'm talking about a kid that has the composure and poise of a kid like Donovan Mitchell, who can handle those big moments. But with this kid, it's a little different though. It's like he relishes those moments. Those are the moments he come alive and he shows you the things that you never thought someone his age could do. And I love it, I promise. The kid that was drafted by the LA Clippers and coached up by Doc Rivers, further progression belongs to two individuals, and that goes by the name of Billy Donovan and CP3. CP3 has been nothing but a class mentor, and in my Stephen A voice, he's been class personified. Since he joined the Thunder, he's led them to a 40-24 record through 64 games, and he is number one in clutch scoring. They're also the number 2 team since Thanksgiving at a 30-13 record. This man has been amazing for these young kids. Chris Paul has turned back the fountain of youth and proved to the whole world and the whole NBA community that he is still as great as he always has been. There's literally been no drop off in numbers, and what's even more amazing is that he has taught Shea how to be a scorer in the clutch and take the game over at any given time, at any given moment, whenever he feels like the game is on the line. You can see the impact that he has on him. Tells him, finish, young man, finish. Go get that bucket. And in the passing game, watch Shea learn how to be elite. Believe that. Steven Adams has been nothing but an elite anchor on defense and a go-to option whenever the team is in the half court and they kind of get stagnant. He's been what he's been throughout his career. But in this year, you can see him taking an even bigger leap in his leadership role. He's more vocal and he's more on top of things. You can see him paying attention to, sets and screens and all kind of different things. And also with his screens, man, he's elite. He's probably the best screener in the NBA. They're so stiff and strong, it's like running into a brick wall. Danilo Gallinari, he's been Gallinari. Elite shooter, that veteran presence, and you can see the scoring punch that he just brings to the team. He's somebody you can go to for a go-to bucket and gives the Thunder that fourth option that just cannot be stopped. Most teams have a 3-headed monster. But with Gallinari, we got a 4-headed monster because he's the next best thing to a superstar. Believe that. Next up is Lucius Dort. And Lou Dort is a jewel the Thunder found during Summer League. Man, this kid can ball. He's a lockdown defender, got good offense, man.
Chris Paul now with 14 points on 6 of 9 shooting. Good hands from Yusu Dort. Look out, Room's got to get out of the way.
Come on now, you gotta have more faith in Lou Dort's defense than that. He can make a play at any time.
Next up is Dennis Schroeder. And Dennis Schroeder is shooting career highs from the field. You can see the mentoring of CP3 really starting to pay off on him also, because his offense is getting better, his defense is getting better, and he's looking a lot more locked in. I mean, I really see him winning the Sixth Man of the Year. If he doesn't, he definitely got robbed. I don't see no other six man playing as well as he is. Who can you really think of? Lou Williams is Lou Williams, but he's kind of having an off year compared to last year. So who else would really be in the running to winning? This dude is really going crazy right now, and he should be recognized. He should have been recognized as an all-star. He's averaging almost 20 points a game on very high shooting efficiency, and is looking really, really good. Darius Bazley is probably one of my favorite players on the team after Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Lou Dort. I mean, as far as young players, man, this kid got a lot of upside. Y'all need to really pay him some attention, for real.
Outside shots.
A few honorable mentions are Terrence Ferguson. You know, he been doing this thing. Amadou Diallo, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's very athletic. Terrence Ferguson been falling off, but he's been consistent. You know, Nerlens Noel, he been consistently going on the defense, man. He's always going to do that, man. He is. Billy Donovan definitely needs a lot of praise, a lot of recognition, because everybody swore he was a bad coach, but he did his thing this year. He showed he is a good coach. And Sam Presti, most of all, because Sam Presti put this all together, and he knows that team was going to be something. That's why he said retool instead of rebuild. That man's the greatest GM in the NBA. With that being said, I'm out. Believe that. Follow me on Instagram at KingKO, all facts. Like, comment, or subscribe.